to start a cooking video here. I got my cutting board, and as you know, even though I have racks and every damn thing else I'm putting up here, I don't have room for a goddamn thing still yet, so bear with me. This is just... never even goddamn cupboards. Jesus. Okay, so this is just some stuff that needs to be out of the way of the camera here. So anyway, I got my cutting board. What I'm going to do is get these onions ready here, because I'm going to slice and dice, and that'll suffice. And that's going to be nice. So take my advice. I'm going to slice and dice, and it's going to be very nice, and it's bound to entice. Alrighty then, I got my shrooms, and show you all this. Some butter. Alrighty then, so let's get started. I'm gonna get the blade, and I'm gonna peel these bad boys. I'm not gonna waste too much camera here having you watch me peel onions, so I'm gonna edit this, so I'm gonna see how fast I can peel these without wasting too much time. I really don't like to take away from too much of the onion when I do this. You want the skin to come off, and it kind of makes a mess, so what I like to do is like slit it a little bit. There's other people online that can do this better and faster. I ought to look them up and see, because really I'm being stubborn here, but a lot of times you can get it started and peel a lot of it off, but I don't want to take away too much of the onion, but that part of that skin that you can get right off usually takes a few minutes. I got a whole thing of chopped onion that I have along with my garlic or minced onion I can use. I usually like to use that instead of doing all this, but once in a while you want to chop up some onions. But hold up. Usually I like to do this instead. This and the chopped garlic. That's the lazier way than just dump the damn shit in, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to edit this. I'm not going to show you peel the onions all damn day. I'm going to edit this and... Alright, I got them peeled. They're still good. Get that off of there. What I like to do is catch like a certain layer of the skin, and you slit it a couple ways, and usually you can peel it all off, but once in a while you'll get too much of a particular layer of the onion. I don't want to take forever peeling the onion, but at the same time I don't want to peel too much of these layers and waste too much of the onion, you know what I'm saying? So peeling onions is a big pain in the ass, but a lot of times you get satisfaction out of it, because you don't want to always do the lazy way and just dump on a whole bunch of minced onion, because maybe you feel like cutting something up and you want some chunks of onion in here. But I think he's where in the sign said sweet Mayan onions or something like that. I worked with them before and they're pretty cool. But then, you know, certain kind of onions, you got to cut them up, you're crying your damn eyes out, because they burn the living shit out of your eyes. You know, you don't want to see this shit. You can leave these in bigger chunks or chop them in smaller chunks, whatever you like. Who the hell cares? But slice and dice, that'll suffice, and it's bound to entice. So take my advice and slice and dice, and it'll be real nice. But, okay, so it's got pretty big chunks. I'm trying to be careful, not go too wild, because I don't want to drop it all over the damn floor, you know what I mean? But this out of the way. I got my cast iron here. This over here for a second. Chop up as much as this I can. They can be a little bit big, not too gigantic. Try to do best I can, because I'm going to have my mushrooms in here anyway. I got butter out, but I'm probably not going to use it. I'm probably going to change my mind. I need it for something else. I want to take some olive oil, which I've seen in other people in cooking shows that kind of did this. Because I want to cook up my onions. I thought about putting some green peppers I got in the fridge. I just still might do that. We'll see. But like I said, I didn't take those out of the fridge because I don't even have room for shit. You know, I got to do a little bit at a time. And even with the racks I put for all my utensils and equipment, I still don't got no goddamn room for a goddamn thing. So anyway. Okay, before I throw these in here, I'm gonna check on something here. Alright. No, I'll just throw them in here first because I don't want to do any splashing. We got this cast iron here. What we're going to do is carefully push them all in here. Onions are going to take a little time to cook up there too. That's a lot of onions, so I'm going to be eating this for a couple of days. I'll put this cutting board back over here. There's pieces of onion skin in the damn, for the love of God. Oh, you know what? This piece is too big. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. There we go. A couple pieces that are a little too big. But, you know, for this, what I'm doing, maybe you like the onions to be a little bit big. Or you can make them a little smaller. But I'm not going to spend all damn day cutting them too small. But I got my shrooms here. What I'm going to do, though, is first take down this strainer thing, which I took off of my rack. Put it in a sink here, but you know what? I'm going to do it after I cut the mushrooms. But I'm going to cut the mushrooms first, but I'm going to put that strainer, take it off my rack, and I'm going to wash these mushrooms a little bit before I Alright, damn it, here's what I'm going to do. Change my mind. I'm going to put this in here first. The reason being that I want to... Cat's other water dish. What the hell is it doing there? Jeez, I never even... Alright, so I'm going to have this here aside. Because I'm going to chop these up and throw them in here and just run some water and wash them a little bit. Not that it'll hurt nothing because you're cooking them, but maybe you want to just wash them a little bit. So let's get started. Alright, so I got 2 of these. And I got 2 of these. So I'm not going to do a video of cutting these all up like this. I'm just going to give you a basic edit here. And damn it, you... I love it. Alright, so mushrooms have a tendency to roll all over the place. So, instead of chopping them up on the cutting board, I'm going to go and... Hate to do it like this one at a time, so real quick, just split them up a little bit. But if I go and... I say I could do like this. Okay, I could do that carefully like this, but not be too wild about it. Because like I said, depending on the size, even if you got a bigger size kitchen, you know, you got to get into practice and not filling things all over the place, all over the dang floor and everything else. slice and dice. Well, you don't even have to just cut the damn things in half. I got these. I got to use them up. I didn't have to buy as many of them as I did, but I have a craving to, like to say too, I used to just take mushrooms like this and buy them and just boil them in a little bit of water, got a little bit of salt and pepper like a soup. Don't throw away the broth. Just eat them and drink the broth, boiled right in water. Or you want to cook them in butter like that, don't do anything else. But I got onions and these peppers I'm going to do here too. These onions are going to cook down a little bit. I may have 2 large onions. I might have overdid it, but if you like onions, hey, so be it. But actually, if you felt like throwing these things in here whole and cooking them, you can do that too. But I was going to make a thing I saw on other people doing in videos, mushroom stuffed peppers. I was unsure. Shit, I could always cook this up and then cook some of it up and then stuff peppers with it, you know, but I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. So one of each of these kinds. God damn it, it's quit rolling away on me or I'm gonna. Okay, and just choppity chop chop. Yeah, what I also considered too, I had to look it up and see if anybody did it before yet, thinking it's my idea. For the holidays, the You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch song, I proposed, you know, the end of the song, it says, "You're a triple-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich covered in, I think, arsenic sauce." You won't really use the arsenic sauce, you know, use something like, I don't know, some kind of sauce just for the sake of the humor. But I wanted to get sauerkraut and toadstools. Hey, these are mushrooms, not toadstools, but call them toadstools, right? Get some bread, right? Just for the humor of it, create the triple-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich, and make the theatrical arsenic sauce. Of course, not really, but a sauce, you know, not like for, you know what I mean, just the sandwich that you can actually eat, you know, and the sauce, and just call it that or whatever. But anyway, and nonetheless, the triple-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich, that's still on the table. It's almost New Year's already. I mean, I haven't had time to do it during the Christmas holiday because I was doing other stuff out there in the world for charity. But anyway, I'm going to cut all the rest of these up, but I'm not going to waste time, you know, right now in the camera. So, okay, so I got these, and I got all this. That's going to cook down, but I'm going to go and then wash these. Give them a quick washing. Damn it. Toss them around, do some washing real quick. If you're in your own house and you rather just don't even give a damn, you know, and not making a video, you could just cook them like that, but you never know. But I'm doing this in a video just. But anyway, the reason why I have these marinaras here from pizza shop we ordered from, I was considering just trying to recycle them and add them here. I don't know if I'm going to do that. So I got all this I'm going to use. But anyway, I have another cast iron in my collection. This is kind of deep, but I have another one that doesn't have the handle. I think they call it the Dutch oven, excuse me. It's only a teensy bit bigger and higher, for my opinion. I was considering, you know, lack of room, trying to go to just it. If I have to, I'll get it out anyway and cook some things in a separate item and split it up, but I don't see the point. There's not much difference in the size. I don't see the point in changing it to that. Space-wise, if I have to, I'll just like I said, well, see, I don't really got to add all these yet. I'll wait. I can put these back. Got all these onions. These will cook down. I'm going to get some of this here. Oh, of course, before I turn the damn add this, I'm going to get this damn cutting board out the way. Naturally, I ain't going to want that to be, you know, a burning wood smell, but I'm going to get this damn bottle open. So I had to pause the camera because I had a little bit of trouble with the cap of this. It wouldn't want to get open. I had to take the knife and go around the ceiling. I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. And swish it around. I'm going to start. I'm going to get my lid. I'm going to start cooking some of this in here, but what I'm going to do is try to, you know, get the onions cooked up first. I don't want to overdo it with this oil. See, I don't want to use up all my butter, and I don't want to overdo it with this either because I'd have to drain some of it out. But I don't want to overdo it with, say, butter. I was going to use butter, but if I use all my butter right now, I just bought it, it's going to get used up. So before I add my mushrooms, I'm going to try to get these onions cooked up for a while with a lid. Oh yeah, and what I'm going to do too is while it's cooking in that, it's going to be my excuse. I'm not going to put this in yet. I'm going to kind of recycle these. It's a sauce. Because this is going to cook away and soften anyway. But I can just recycle these. I don't want to throw them away, so I'm going to dump them in here and spoon them out. I'm going to get a spoon. The reason being, that'll be just something else for this to just conveniently start cooking in, you know what I mean? Take that and mix it in there. That's going to cook away in the onions. Anyway, I think the onions are a little bit more, what do you call it, they need to be cooked a lot first before I throw my mushrooms in. I'm going to wait and get the onions cooked down, because then there'll be more space in the pan, because what I'm looking at here is, well, I could have only used one onion, but what the hell, you know how that shit is, just start, it's like, oh well, what the hell. Add that in the oil there, and so I'm going to let that cook down for a while and then put these in. Some medium heat and then wait. And this is going to go in here anyway, a little bit later, and simmer it. I'm going to be simmering it, but I want to see these get cooked down a bit. While I check on this to see if it's cooking yet, that's going to take some while to heat up. We're going to add some chocolate chips. Psych, just kidding. Not really going to do that. I just wanted to see how people react. Not going to add chocolate chips. But nonetheless, I want to go bake something. I have all these chocolate chips, 2 cake mixes and a frosting or whatever the hell, but only kidding. I'm not going to add chocolate chips. Rats. Unless you want me to. Oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Nah, I won't. Well, that's a little bit on the hot side there. Not bad. So that's sizzling and fizzling there. Fizzling and sizzling. That's a good thing. I'm going to wait like a little while longer. It's going to take a few minutes. I want to get these onions to soften and cook down. Already it's starting to get more room in the pan, you know what I'm saying? And plus the mushrooms are softer than the onions, so why throw the mushrooms in there and crowd that up? And I got a lot of onions. I could have used just one onion, but you know how that goes. I got a little crazy. So, I'm not the perfect chef here, or nor I claim to be, or just doing whatever the hell I feel like it. But anyway, no big deal, right? because onions will cook down and there'll be more room in there, and no sense putting the mushrooms in there when they're softer than this, because then you'll be crowding it up and then making a damn mess when you're trying to stir it. So that's the reasoning behind that. Just another minute, I'm going to check on it. And what I'm going to do, I bought a brand new thing of garlic, and this is getting to be almost gone. So I bought my brand new garlic. See that? A nice full one. So while this is cooking and softening up, we're going to just add like a little small sprinkle of garlic. And by my standards, I consider this only a small sprinkle, because this is my standards, and we're going to stir this up. And I try to put everything away as I go so I don't get everything overcrowded. Take this little spoon and stir it up, and we're going to let this cook for a while. And what I also got here, and I'm going to go ahead... Oh, God damn it. I dropped the damn lid in the freaking damn thing. I got to wash that off. So, I got a little rosemary. I usually make this... I use this to make a lot of tea with it. I get a coffee filter and a coffee maker, or make tea, but... Oh, does that smell good. I love the smell of rosemary. We're going to put a little rosemary. I was going to make garlic rosemary chicken someday, one of my favorites. We're going to throw a couple shakes of rosemary, because I just love how it smells when you're cooking in there. I'm going to throw that in there, because, man, you're going to smell that shit real good. When you make tea out of this with a coffee maker and shit like that, too, you do make a tea out of rosemary and throw it into a coffee filter or a cafeteria-grade pot. Man, that's just be smelling real good. Perfumes the air, I'm telling you what. So we're going to let that cook for a while. I'm going to stir it, and then eventually I'm going to add this and my shrooms, my toadstools. But okay, so I'm going to have this sauce. And I'm going to tell you one thing, too, on a particular subject here. My YouTube and anything I ever do in YouTube, I don't regard myself or think that I'm good enough for sponsorship or any kind of thing. There's a lot of wonderful YouTubers that I look at with various subjects who are sponsors. And when you're a YouTube sponsor, I don't want to misquote anybody. I think they give you some kind of little bit of free product or something to try. And what I know a lot of these YouTubers do on different subjects, whether it's food or other things I look at. When you're a YouTuber that's real big and you're sponsored, okay, usually before or sometime in your video, usually in the beginning, you'll do a commercial for a product you endorse. But my point is, if I were a sponsor and I'm not, I would endorse and be like sponsor, do a little commercial for this Uncle Charlie's products here. These are Uncle Charlie's peppers and onions. You can get there's light reflecting on here from the kitchen, you know, for the messing things up. This says sweet. I got the sweet. But they also have the hot, the spicy shit, you know what I mean? If that strikes your fancy and you enjoy that, you can do that. But Uncle Charlie's has their breakfast sausage and all that stuff too. But anyway, if you want to get on the subject of sponsors, which I am in no way, shape, or form good enough as a YouTuber, even though I got a bunch of followers for whatever reason they follow me. Definitely not good enough, or I don't get enough of views per video to be a sponsor, but whether I am or not, I do endorse the use of these Uncle Charlie's products. I think they're good. Like I said, if you're into sweet or spicy, but I think I'll tell you that. So I will call this commercial endorsement without sponsorship, because I am, don't care if I'm ever a sponsor or not, but I am advocating and endorsing the purchase and consumption of the product, and I'm telling you they're good. So anyhow, I'm gonna lift this off of here. Ooh, I'm gonna lower that. That's in boiling quite a bit there. Stir that up. Reason why you have the oil too. If I use butter, that's going to be, you can use butter, but I'm running out of butter. I got to be real careful with that. Lower that a little bit. I got these jars loosened. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Take that lid off too. Throw that on in there. Yeah. Well, that looks scrumptious. And we are going to throw our shrooms in here. I know if I should dump them, I don't want to get them all over the place, but take them by the handful and throw them in here, or should I just try to dump them all in? Maybe I better not. I don't want to make a mess and waste all my shrooms, all my toadstools. So I'm going to throw all these. Gee, good thing I put the other packages back. This is more than I thought. And I'm going to eat the hell out of this, I tell you what. You like onions and shrooms. I have, now that I've cooked down the onions, I have rooms for my shrooms. You got to have rooms for your shrooms. I mean, when the onions weren't cooked down, I didn't have no rooms for my shrooms. I mean, I could have cut these down a little more. But still, this is going to cook down. The shrooms are going to cook down a little bit, too. And you can hear that sizzling, so it's like... Take a bigger spoon off of my utilitarian rack and kind of like... Better tone that down a little lower, because I'm going to be simmer this, put a lid on it and simmer it. We're going to stir it up first. Damn it. I could still make stuffed peppers with this after it's cooked if I wanted to. Including green peppers any other way like the way I'm doing now is out of the question. But if I decide to cook this up and make some stuffed peppers, what it is, I'm not going to eat all this today. I can use some of this tomorrow. And what I could do is say if I eat like half of this, this is already cooked up, say, to make my stuffed peppers. Or the hell with it, after I have some supper, what I could do is go ahead and make my meal tomorrow. Say I eat supper after I render this video today, what I can do, go ahead and make stuffed peppers with this and then just put another video out today. But I'm gonna stir this up. I wrecked my stove and everything else again. I gotta clean all this damn shit up. These jars gotta be rinsed out and go in the recycling bin. But hell, I dropped that on the stove, so I might as well just eat it. Well. All right, so we're gonna put this lid on here. On this is not a good idea. I don't have anything on, I don't have the burner heated up or anything, but I put that there and for a second, no burner was going, but it's not really a good idea. I put that there for a minute because I've got shit all in my way. It's not a very good idea. But, okay, so we're going to let that cook up for a while, let that simmer for a while till everything softens up a little better. And meanwhile, I'm going to wash this strainer and try to clean some of this damn mess. You want to clean up after yourself as you go. It's a little easier. I found that out when I made one of my earlier lasagnas in a video in my old apartment. Jars all over the damn place, and I had a pretty good-sized bag of trash and recyclables, put it that way. So try to make as little mess as possible and clean up after yourself as you go so you don't have to have more work later. Alright, guys, here's what I decided. Because I was originally going to do this for onion and mushroom stuffed peppers anyhow. But what I am saying to you here, too, I'm going to put this all in one video. Because this is what I intended to do anyway. But my reasoning was, well, make this and just eat it just like this. I got this simmering now. I think I turned it too low. I need to turn it back up a little bit. There we go. But anyway, you want to make this to eat just like this, you can do that. And I advocate that. But I'm going to go ahead and get a couple peppers ready. And this will be for later or tomorrow. And then, reason being, my inventory in the refrigerator is pretty crowded. And I have to take lists of inventory stuff that needs to get started eating right away. And I got all this new shit. I just decided spur on a moment to buy peppers and buy these mushrooms and all this damn shit. And then at the same time, I got stuff that I need to get used up, like carrots and stuff that I'm going to make a roast later for dinner guests. Some carrots, you know, I had them in there for a little while, but I may better get going on using. Anyway, I got. And then with the holidays going, and I had charity event that I was doing and gone most of the day up until Christmas, and then because of the cold, we cut it a little bit short, but we did well. Anyway, all the time factor and all, catching up on everything from goddamn post-holiday, you know, organized mess in your kitchen and your whatever the hell. I don't want to go on and on about that, but anyway, yeah, all kind of factors that we all have to deal with. So anyway, get the blade. Well, I don't need this such a big blade. I'm gonna take the littler blade, this blade, and we're gonna decore the peppers, and then I'm gonna put them with my collection of pepper seeds. Because in the spring, I'm gonna try to plant these damn things. And I've grown them before, like out of peppers, saving the seeds years ago, like something like 2012 or something like that. I got an old YouTube video. My cat Daisy, she lived for 15 years, but she died anyway. But when she was still alive, what happened is she was stealth eating. I had some pretty big pepper plants, and she was sneaking and eating the leaves. So I never reaped any peppers. But that was like a lot of years ago. But I've been meaning to. This time I got some space, and spring comes, I'm planting all kinds of stuff in this place that me and my partner are in now. So unplug this. Let's save these pepper seeds. Dump these out of here. And I'm gonna put them in a container that I got sitting aside with the rest. But I'm gonna decore that and set it in my pan here. I like to try to pull it out like pulling out a cork. A little bit of a challenge, but like I said, if you damage your pepper and split it, aha, pop the cork. Pop the cork without being a dork. You can do it with a fork. And I can't find anything else to rhyme with that. If you guys want to help me out with that, that's totally fine, but yeah. Damn it, that didn't totally. It's okay, just shake the seeds out. Core is out. And I like to make it nice and colorful. I mean, I like to just get some nice colorful peppers. You know, your food got to be kind of colorful, you know what I mean? Get that out of there. That's out of there. See that? No core. Take out the core and don't drop it on the floor. Don't throw it out the door. You might just score. Don't be a bore. I'm being goofy right now. So I have these over here. A larger bigger pan. I got a couple more peppers in there. I don't know if I'm going to pull them out and use them. I'm going to check on this. It's simmering pretty good. Still simmering. Said I was going to say the hell with it and make a video, and then for this to eat it like that, because that's what I do sometimes. I'll make stuff up like this and then just eat it. But we're going to take some of this and stuff the peppers, and then, you know, bake them up too. I might just go ahead and get the other 4 peppers out. Because, you know, I mean, that's kind of dumb just putting only 4 in a pan like that of that size. Aha, look at all this scrumptious bunch of deliciousness. All these scrumptious morsels here. Filled with scrumptiousness and deliciousness. Cook it a little longer and we're going to pour some of it into these peppers here. So what I'm doing is stuffing this in here with a spoon here. But what I'm going to do, give it a little spanking here. I'm going to change the camera view because holding the camera like this ain't doing it. So alrighty then. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this and... damn it, my mushroom fell off of the damn spoon. I don't have the perfect equipment for this. Plop it down in there. Felix just went to open the refrigerator. He actually got it partially. Can you believe this shit? Hold on. What? What? Can you do that again for the camera? You just opened the refrigerator. Go ahead, do that again. I'm going to see you do it. There you go. He actually had it open. Go on. Go on and put your paw right here. I shouldn't be teaching you to do that. I saw you dang do it now. Do it for the camera. I was in the middle of a video and then I saw you damn, and you had it, damn, there you go. Putting your paws under there, but he had it sideways. I got a couple bags of things I got to put away in the cupboard yet and finish that. Can you believe that? Looking like what? Not me. Oh no, not me. I wouldn't do that, would I? My peppers. I can't believe what I'm doing is Felix actually got the refrigerator door open. Get a few onions, a few mushrooms in here, and I'll show you what it looks like in the top view. Squeeze it down a little bit. And I'll squeeze it down. And this is pretty saucy, and then we're going to bake it in the stove, and it should only have to bake for about a half an hour. If that, because this is kind of partially cooked. The contents are partially cooked. And I prefer not to have my peppers overly cooked and softened. Even with meat stuffed peppers and stuff like that. I like, personally, my peppers teeny bit al dente. Not cooked till it's overly soft, but well, same thing with stuffed cabbage, which I never made yet. Stuffed cabbage is I ought to do that sometime. Some people have the tendency to overcook their cabbage, certain relatives and all that. I like the cabbage teensy bit al dente crunchy. I mean, it can be kind of cooked fairly good bit, but not cooked like it's so overly soft and everything mushy. For example, some people, they like to overcook their stuffed cabbage, like boil it in the pot first and stuff like that, and then overcook everything to the point where the stuffed cabbage looks really ratty, almost like you're eating your grandmother's really old nightgown that was actually really ragged and washed a gazillion times, you know. You can actually overcook cabbage or stuffed cabbage to that extent, you know what I mean? You want your cabbage to have a little bit of flavor and all that, and then a little bit of something to it or whatever too, but figure out what it... Oh, and if you drop a little bit of your sauce in the damn pot, who cares? I'm trying to mush it down a little bit. Actually, I should be holding it up. Yeah, boy, am I a dumbass. I should be holding it over top of here, really. Duh. Like, yeah, and then if it falls back in, who gives a, you know, blankety blank, you know what I mean? Who gives a frickety frack? But, yeah, push that really in there really good, and if it oozes a little bit more. No, the point of this, like I said, I can eat this like just the way it is. Excuse me. Gonna eat it just like that, but then, say you want to make something that looks real appetizing for guests or whatever. And when this all cooks more inside of these peppers, that's gonna be really scrumptious. Scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. Which, if you want to add some of that to your ingredients here, that is up to you. You know, it may look a little weird, but if it's your kitchen, you can do that. I'm just being silly, you know. The scrumptious morsels of deliciousness here. Pop that in there and squash that in there. Mush it and squish it in there. Yeah. I'll show you the top view. I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, just that's a bigger pepper, a bigger hole. Just plop in there, and I'll just damn spoon the hell out the way for a second. And plop that in there. Just try to get the chunks of your mushroom and onion, and yes, and there's the peppers, the jar of peppers and onions too. So you got peppers within peppers here. That's the beauty of it. This is I made meat stuffed peppers in the past, but try not to waste too much time. I'm not going to waste too much camera time in a video and make the video too long. Just, I got 2 more peppers to go here, and I'm going to do that off camera and just show you what the hell I got. Ah, damn it, don't let the pepper fall over. Alright. See, they're all stuffed in there, and there's all this. I used a hell of a lot of it, more than I thought. So now this I can put in the bowl, or just, know if I want to just throw this in here and surround that with it. But anything else, you know what? Hell, that's enough that I can throw in a bowl and just then have it to eat. Eat that while this is cooking. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw foil on top of this to hold it down. I'm gonna turn this up to about 400 degrees here, and I'm gonna put it in a foil on top of it so nothing splatters, you know what I mean? Heat it up for, I don't know, half hour or whatever, and just so the peppers get kind of cooked. Like I said, I don't want them overcooked, but the juice inside of there is gonna kind of boil inside there with my onions, which the onions are slightly crunchy al dente, where I didn't boil them until they're totally soft. So that's going to cook partially there and like a little better. And it's good to do that, you know why? Because like I said, you don't want to eat it right now. Say I don't even put this in the oven. I put it on foil and then say I want this tomorrow. Or even a couple hours later, I can wait to throw this in the oven, and then it ain't overcooked and it can cook. Then it'll be cooked, you know, and the other ones you can throw in your microwave as you go. You know, that's just saying. So I am going to open this up and throw it on into the stove here and slam the door, and then start like for about a half hour or about a half hour, see what happens. I think a half hour would be all I really need at 400 degrees, because some of the stuff inside is partially cooked, and it's going to just heat up and then cook the peppers anyway, and I don't want my peppers, like they're raw and not completely cooked, and I might as well just eat a raw salad, but then I don't want them overly soft and cooked either. I can go a half hour, and if I have to, I can, open it up and see, and then go, even 45 minutes, use your best judgment. That's what I say. An alert and an update. Yeah, after like a few minutes, it was sizzling pretty loud, and I don't want anything to burn within minutes, so instead of 400 degrees, my bad, maybe I turned it down to 300. I'm going to keep an eye on it, you know what I mean? But it's not going to be too much longer, because I don't want anything burning to the pan. So yeah, like I said, I only had that like a few minutes in already, I guess, because the stuff I stuffed the peppers with was a little bit already warmed up, even though it cooled enough for me to stuff the peppers, so it didn't take long to heat it up. So like, oh shit! I don't know if I should put it lower than 300 or not, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. What? 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 Alright. Now with this, I'm going to open up the stove. I'm going to check this. Smells like it needs to be in there like a few more minutes, so. Ooh, that smells like it's getting done. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, power it down, let the residual heat do the rest, and then when I pull it out, it won't be near as hot. It's way safer, you know what I mean? And after that, we're going to go and check how it cooked, but it doesn't matter at this point, because I'm probably not going to eat any right now anyway. I just ate up the whole bunch of stuff that was left over, kind of like a soup, and ate that shit up. So most likely I'm not going to have one today. Maybe a little bit tonight. So it doesn't damn matter. This is like 2 days worth of eating there. So we're just going to take it out and stuff. And as soon as this stove kind of cools off, powers down, you know what I mean, for safety reasons. And the residual heat, cooking it a little bit more. And at this point, you could either heat it back up on the stove, say I have some tomorrow or tonight, or, well, most likely I'll take one and put it in the microwave. How's that? Just saying, whatever you think is best. Good enough. This time I'm going to get one of my heavy-duty gloves here. I'm going to take this out. Well, that's still going to be kind of hot, but it's still going to be way less hot now that I let the stove power down. So, like I said, if it ain't quite cooked to your specifications, you can pop the one in the microwave and see if you're going to have it for later tomorrow anyway, and you're not going to eat it immediately or something. That's the microwave, but hey, this is going to be, like I said, I ate already. I ate the remainder of the stuff that was in the pot there. There, hang the glove back up. I ate that anyhow, so it doesn't matter at this point. You can tell. Poke at that there. Oh, yeah. It's kind of al dente when you poke at it. You can tell just by doink, doink, doink that, like I said, it don't matter because I'm not going to have them today, maybe tonight. Throw it in the microwave, and I don't like it overcooked anybody, but I can tell that liquid boiled in there, and I can smell that right now. So, that's that. I'm just going to put this away, and that is it for this video. This is about 2 more days worth of eating. I'll make room in the fridge in the bottom shelf after this is cool, maybe in another couple hours. Stick it in a fridge tonight so I don't go leaving it out. And that's it. There you have it.